Not many of us give much thought to whether or not we are getting the right amount of magnesium each day, but it's something we should probably consider a little more. It is estimated that almost 2% of Americans suffer from a magnesium deficiency, but that is why hospitalizations for this issue are so much higher than expected. People don't know how to even identify a lack of magnesium, making them a lot less likely to realize when there may be a problem. For that reason, we have compiled a list of the 15 warning signs your body needs more magnesium. So make sure to stick around until the end so that you can spot any issue as soon as it comes up. Number 1. Loss of appetite. If you feel like you are suffering from a genuine magnesium deficiency, one of the most common symptoms that you should be looking out for is a loss of appetite. Not wanting to or being able to eat is usually one of the first warning signs that you are magnesium deficient, and is also one that is pretty hard to ignore. The problem here, though, is that stomach issues are hardly an uncommon symptom for a lot of things that ail us, and don't always paint the clearest picture in the world, at least on their own. Number 2. Fatigue. Fatigue is next up on our list, and another symptom that doesn't exactly narrow things down much. Even so, it's still important to be able to identify clearly what exactly is going on internally before you can even begin to come to any sort of understanding about your physical state. And fatigue is an obvious sign that something is wrong. Magnesium deficiencies can sometimes build quickly, as you first lose your appetite and then struggle to keep your energy levels up. Fatigue is bound to strike when your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs, which is why it's important to try and catch a magnesium deficiency sooner rather than later. Number 3. Nausea and vomiting. Usually when we lose our appetite, it means that something is messing with our digestion. In cases like that, feelings of nausea and even the need to throw up are fairly common, and that is also the case here. People that get a queasy stomach as a result of magnesium deficiency usually report feeling as if they ate something spoiled, and will commonly mistake the symptom as a side effect of food poisoning rather than a mineral deficiency. Making a note of your symptoms and getting an accurate assessment of what you are going through can lead your doctor to the truth faster. Try your best to remember everything you are going through. Number 4. Feelings of apathy or depression. We all feel down every once in a while, but most of us just chalk it up to having a bad day or being a bit more sensitive. The truth is that what we eat and what we don't eat enough of can have a huge impact on our overall mental health, which is why it's important to make sure you check all of your nutritional boxes. For example, in the case of magnesium, people who aren't getting enough of it will often report feelings of apathy surrounding the world around them. In some extreme cases, these magnesium-deficient individuals can even experience feelings of depression that can be hard to shake off. When feelings like this pop up, we can often turn to self-reflection and make an attempt to eliminate stress or something like that. But it may just be a simple mineral deficiency that is making you feel blue. Number 5. Muscle twitches. Low magnesium levels can present themselves physically in a very noticeable way, through muscle twitches and spasms. In some rare cases, these involuntary reactions can even present themselves in the form of a pretty painful muscle cramp, which can make working out pretty difficult. Scientists believe that these muscle twitches are the result of a greater flow of calcium into the nerve cells, which can overstimulate them and excite them into reacting. Number 6. Increased blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the most dangerous signs you are magnesium deficient, and also probably means you have been deficient for some time. High blood pressure is dangerous because it can directly lead to heart disease, a super common cause of death in the world. As a result, anything involving heart health should be taken pretty seriously, as problems can snowball fairly quickly when it comes to matters of the heart. Magnesium supplements have shown some ability to help lower blood pressure, and getting a proper amount of it through your diet has been shown to help reduce risk of high blood pressure as well. But evidence is lacking as of now. There is a lot more research that needs to be done before we can draw any real conclusions about the relationship between magnesium and the heart. But we do know that low magnesium levels can seriously hamper your heart health. Number 7. You may suffer from osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a condition that directly weakens the density of your bones. This loss of density makes you much more likely to suffer from fractures as well as full breakages, and is most commonly found in both men and women as they age. Along with growing old, low magnesium levels have been found to lessen your body's bone density, which is a risk factor for osteoporosis. Having a deficiency decreases the blood levels of calcium, which may potentially weaken the bones directly and result in this condition. Number 8. Muscle weakness. If you are a fairly active person or someone that likes to lift weights, then you should definitely be trying to get as much magnesium as you can. When there is not enough magnesium in your body, you may experience a harder time exercising, as well as having a harder time recovering from your workouts afterward. This is because a lack of magnesium can have a direct result on the amount of potassium your muscles are getting. Why is this a big deal? Well, potassium operates as an electrolyte inside our bodies and is found in large amounts in bananas and sports drinks. Consuming potassium during or immediately following physical activity can help you recover faster and prevent any potential cramps from hitting your muscles. Number 9. Seizures. Remember when we talked about the symptoms of magnesium deficiency building up over time? Well, this next entry is a great example of that. For the same reasons that not getting enough magnesium can lead to cramps and twitching, it can also lead to seizures if the problem gets serious enough. Your body can experience seizures when a lack of magnesium irritates it and the calcium in your cells. This leads to more extreme muscle reactions, which unfortunately can lead to seizures for some people. Most of the people who experience seizures as a result of lacking magnesium also experience muscle twitches and cramps, however, which makes it all the more important that you try to keep track of your symptoms. If you let things go for long enough, it can definitely become a more intense and serious situation. Number 10. Irregular heartbeat. Since magnesium can impact your heart, there are multiple symptoms involving this super important organ, one of which is an irregular heartbeat, which many people can actually feel when they experience it. An irregular heartbeat usually causes lightheadedness, chest pain, shortness of breath, and even fainting, so you should be able to identify it fairly easily if you are experiencing it. If you are, you should also try to see if your blood pressure is heightened, as these symptoms often occur together. Number 11. Sleepiness. Along with muscle weakness and fatigue, a lack of magnesium can also have you feeling pretty sluggish and ready for bed too. Simply getting more sleep won't do much good either, as this sleepiness doesn't really have anything to do with your sleep quality at all. Since magnesium deficiencies can sap you of energy as well as make it harder to eat, your body may be struggling just to keep going. This fatigue is often the reason why people check themselves into the hospital in the first place, and they often think it's just a nasty cold or that they are worn out from work. Number 12. Shaking and shivering. For a variety of reasons, not getting the proper amount of magnesium level can leave you feeling like you've been standing out in the cold for a while. Some scientists claim that it's a physical reaction resulting from not getting the nutrients needed to survive, while others theorize that it is more of a muscle spasm caused by calcium levels getting messed up internally. Whatever the reason, the reaction that a lot of people get is an involuntary shiver. Number 13. Headaches and migraines. Once your blood pressure gets messed with, the transportation of nutrients and essential materials can get a lot harder. This shows itself in a variety of ways, but most noticeably with migraines. With things not traveling as smoothly throughout the body, blockages and delays can cause a lot of aches and pains, and they are sometimes worse in and around the head area. Number 14. Irritability. You know how some people don't like to be talked to before they have had their morning coffee? It's because they don't feel like they will be quite as nice before they have the energy needed to face the day. And the same goes for people with magnesium. The mineral is responsible for so much of the energy that we use during the day and is involved in 80% of the metabolic actions we perform inside the body. When you aren't getting enough magnesium, you may feel more irritable and are more likely to snap or respond aggressively than you normally would. Number 15. A pins and needles sensation. If you aren't getting the proper amount of magnesium, you may feel like your limbs fall asleep faster than you're used to. This pins and needles sensation is usually felt after sitting down for an extended period of time, or even after just applying slight pressure to a part of your body. This reaction should go away as your magnesium levels begin to return to normal, but it can be annoying to deal with for sure. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.